YouTube, we are about 2 weeks away, pretty much, from the 2023 NFL Draft. I'm TwoToneSports. I will be live for the entirety of the NFL Draft, so please tune into the channel for that. I will be having PFF up. Please don't you dare pay for it, and I will be giving live reactions and reviews to every pick. Now, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so we're going to jump into this one. I have ESPN Plus. I do pay for it because of UFC, but we're going to jump into Mel Kiper's mock draft for rounds 1 and 2. This is Mel's mock draft 4.0. Let's jump into it, baby. If you guys don't know, this is pretty much what Mel Kiper's known for. So, number 1, Bryce Young going to the Carolina Panthers. Young or Stroud? Stroud or Young? I think the Panthers are homing in on one of these passers after they trade up to number 1. No shit. In my post-free agency mock draft, I went Stroud, who fits the physical mold of a quarterback's new Carolina, who fits the physical mold of quarterback's new Carolina coach Frank Reich has worked with over the past decade. Okay, that's a weird sentence. I've heard too many rumblings about the front office and coaches liking Young, though. And my pals Chris Mortensen and Adam Schefter believe Young is the guy as well. So, if Young is indeed the pick, he could be a superstar, my top-ranked single caller, just ahead of Will Levis. Very interesting. He'll be the third QB under 6 foot drafted in the first round, joining Kyle Murray and Johnny Manziel. He's a much different player than these two, relying on his pinpoint accuracy and pocket mobility. But overall, this is definitely the pick here. I am starting to believe that Bryce Young is the guy here. So, let's jump into number 2, which is obvious. CJ Stroud going number 2 to Houston Texans. Not much buzz about the quarterback Houston would prefer in the class, but I have little doubt new coach D'Amico Ryans is going to get one here. Okay, that is exactly what's going to happen. It's either going to go Young or Stroud, and then Stroud or Young. Either way, top 2 teams are going to be happy. I'm not going to jump deep into this one. Pretty much 6'3" frame, has all the tools to be an all-pro passer, except for the talent around him. That's where Houston, which also has number 12, in this draft needs help. Expect the general manager to be aggressive and to try adding playmakers in the draft and in May, when a few veterans hit the open market. Would be shocked if Will Anderson... Whoa. I was going to say, we'll be shocked if Will Anderson doesn't go number 3 here, but Titans jump 8 spots. Here's a fun deal to think about. Tennessee's quarterback need has gone under the radar, but Ryan Tannehill is a free agent in 24, and Malik Willis, who dropped all the way to round 3 in last year's draft, really struggled as a rookie, even getting benched late in the season for journeyman Joshua Dobbs. Is it possible the Titans already know Willis is not their QB of the future? Interesting. Very interesting. Tennessee would have to give up a lot in this trade. The closest recent comp is the Miami San Fran swap in 21. 49ers acquired the number 3 overall pick in that draft for the number 12. Future first-round picks in 22 and 23 drafts, and a third rounder in 22. In this mock scenario, Tennessee would send Arizona picks number 11 and 41, plus a 2024 first-round selection, and likely either a 25 first or second rounder as well. And don't forget, the Titans general manager joined the organization from San Francisco. He likes to move. So, okay, Cardinals are going to move back, grab some draft capital. I think it's a smart move. Deep edge class. You're going to be fine getting one at 12, I believe is what it is. Yeah. So, let's see. I'll be shocked if he actually puts Richardson over Levis, considering what he just said. Love it. Picture that backfield. Anthony Richardson and Derrick Henry. I absolutely love this. Here's that QB for the Titans. 6'4", Richardson may have the highest ceiling of any prospect in the class. If he puts together all his tools and isn't rushed into being the guy week 1, he could be a star. That's a big if. If he can sit behind Tannehill for year 1, that's massive. As we saw last season when Tannehill got injured, though, Willis was forced to step in, and there's no doubt it hurt his development. Willis wasn't ready to play. Richardson needs time as well, and I hope whichever team takes him understands that. I agree, but his athleticism and his arm and everything that guy's got, sky high, man. Absolutely sky high. Pick number 4, Will Levis. This is kind of obvious. I'm sticking with Levis to Indianapolis here. Why do I like Levis over Stroud and Richardson? Because of his ability both in and out of the pocket. 21 when Levis was really on. He made wow throws to every part of the field and also ran for 9 scores. Last season, while dealing with injuries and after losing a lot of talent around him, he forced too many throws and was inconsistent. I think Levis's floor is high, and he'll be able to start immediately for the Colts. I also think this is a huge spot for Levis to go. Their offense is pretty complete if you really think about it. I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor when healthy, arguably top back in the league. I mean, that's proven. You got Pittman on the outside. You got Pierce. I mean, you got a decent offensive line. This is a hell of a start for Will Levis and a great system for him to join. Honestly. Is Will Anderson not coming off the board? Seattle goes Jalen Carter. Seattle likely will be thrilled with this scenario as they can get their pick of the defenders in the class. I see Carter, the number 1 prospect on my big board, as the better fit over Will Anderson here, who I have ranked number 3. Seattle can play Carter next to free agent addition Draymond Jones and create one of the NFL's most talented tackle combination. Carter is also visiting with the team on Tuesday. I don't expect Carter, who played no contest, to drop out of the top 7 picks. In fact, his agent recently said that Carter is declining visits with any team outside of the top 10. Very interesting. But NFL teams believe he's too talented to pass up. I agree. And this is a home run pick for the Detroit Lions. Good. I like this. I like that he covered the Jeff Okudah trade. Okay. I love the potential of pairing Anderson on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, number 2 overall pick from a year ago. That's a scary edge rushing duo. In 21, Anderson's 79 QB pressure is ranked first in the country, while Hutchinson was second with 64. Anderson had 17.5 sacks to Hutchinson's 14. These two know how to get after the QB. All right, here's the update. Lions traded Jeff Okudah to the Falcons on Tuesday, opening a starting spot in their secondary. Corner was a need even before the trade, though. In this scenario, with Anderson still on the board, I think Detroit will go with their elite edge rusher. Remember, they do have another first-round pick and 2 picks in the second round. This is a deep corner draft. Thank you, Mel, for making that known. I agree. If this is the case, Will Anderson goes here. I'll be shocked if a corner doesn't go at the end of their first round. I'll be shocked if another corner maybe doesn't go in the second round for their pick then too. We're going to have to move it along because this is a 2-round mock draft, all right? We're going to have to breeze through. We're not going to read every single word on this page. Sorry, my allergies are acting up too. Over here in New Jersey, weather is spiking like crazy. Devon Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois. While the Raiders likely would love to get a shot at either Anderson or Carter, they'll have to settle in this scenario for my top-ranked player at another position in need. Witherspoon is a physical defender with shutdown ability. Definite, very, very good pick for the Raiders. Very interesting on what the Falcons do here. I'll be shocked. Maybe Tyree Wilson here. I think that's a solid pick. So let's see. Nolan Smith goes number 8. A little high for my liking. All right, Mel? We don't see eye to eye on that one. It's edge rusher or corner here. The Falcons got Jeff Okudah, so maybe not as big as a need, but the Saints coordinator came over, figuring out ways to get him on the field to rush the passer. Can use various fronts. Explosive. Smith has explosive play with a ton of upside, and people in the league rave about his leadership ability. That's why he's going number 8. So, how far does Tyree Wilson fall? Because I have him consistently going here. Darnell Wright, first tackle off the board. Very interesting. Chicago drops 8 spots, but picked up a massive haul in its trade with Carolina. I like Wright's opportunity with the Bears if we're strictly looking at right tackle, since Braxton Jones held his own on the left side last season. Wright started 27 games at right tackle in college. His tape against Will Anderson and Alabama was phenomenal. He's the best right tackle in this class. Very interesting. This is a selection to keep QB Justin Fields clean. I like it. I don't have him as my first tackle off the board. Very interesting. I could easily be wrong. I really like him. I definitely think he's a first-round talent. I'm not willing to say he's a top 10 talent, though. Damn, Mel, you're going a little weird with these, huh? This could be a spot for edge rusher. I totally see them taking Tyree Wilson here, but for Philadelphia can keep a strength by taking Skoronski. Right guard Isaac Sumalo departing in free agency. Definitely butchered that name. There's an opening. Many NFL talent evaluators believe Skoronski has an all-pro potential if he moves inside. 33 games at left tackle in college, but his arms are slightly shorter than normal. But they could find at least one replacement day 2 of the draft. Okay, starting safety, blah, blah, blah. This is an underrated pick in my eyes. Smart for the Eagles. Very, very smart. You're going to get a versatile offensive lineman in the top 10. In your eyes, Jalen Hurts is your entire team right now. I know it's not true, but Jalen Hurts is your franchise guy. Got to keep him clean. This is how you do it. What a win for the Cardinals. Trading back, still getting a top edge talent in Tyree Wilson. They can go in a few different directions with this pick, including corner, offensive tackle, and wide receiver. But who's rushing the Packer for the team? J.J. Watt retired, Zach Allen left. I like it. The 6'6" Wilson is a prototypical end who could thrive in new coach Jonathan Gannon's defense. Home run draft for the Arizona Cardinals right now. Trading back, getting an absolute haul in draft compensation, and still getting a top edge. Love it. Houston Texans get their offensive guy, Jack Smith-Njigba. This is the Texans' chance to take their pick of wide receivers in the class. We know Smith-Njigba can be a star with C.J. Stroud. What's not to like about this combo? He showed he was healthy at the combine, and I feel comfortable putting him in this range in round 1. Houston has to add more talented pass catchers if it decides on another position. Keep an eye on defensive line. This is his problem. Ready? Caught 5 passes and ran 42 routes during the entire 2022 campaign, coming off a lost season because of a hamstring injury. They're nagging, they're lingering. He should be healthy, but he has injury concern. 100%. Jets going Broderick Jones, the big offensive tackle out of Georgia. This is another pick I'm keeping the same from my previous mock. We don't know because the Rodgers trade didn't happen yet. When the Bucs added Tom Brady in March 2020, they picked a plug-and-play tackle, Tristan Wirfs, who, by the way, was an absolute monster. The New York's best case scenario here, assuming the Rodgers deal is done with Green Bay. This is absolutely their best case scenario. Absolutely best case scenario. If they're on the board, you cannot rely on Mekhi Becton. Grab Broderick Jones. Fill that need. Christian Gonzalez, my CB1, going to the New England Patriots. If the Patriots don't trade down to acquire more capital, I see corner or wide out in this position. Bill O'Brien has to get QB Mac Jones turned around after disastrous 22. Additions of Juju and Gesicki in free agency will help. 6'1" defender picked off 4 passes for the Ducks last season. And Gonzalez has a chance to go in the top 10. Big fan of Christian Gonzalez. He's tall. He's got the speed. He's got the mindset. He needs that a little bit. He needs to play with the chip on his shoulder, and Bill Belichick will give him that. Interesting. Dalton Kincaid. Take a look at Green Bay's depth chart and tell me this. Who's going to catch passes from QB Jordan Love? Okay, outside of second-year wideouts, Watson and Romeo Doubs, there's just not much there. I don't even know who the hell that is. That name that just came up. He had 16 touchdown receptions over the past 2 seasons. He could stretch the seams in the middle of the field. He can create easy connections for Love. This is a pick to help a young single caller. If you guys don't know who Dalton Kincaid is, he is an absolute beast on the offensive side of the ball in the aspect of moving the ball as a tight end. That's a solid pick. That's a solid pick. I really like Dalton Kincaid. I don't know if it's the best pick for Green Bay, but I get it. That's also not Dalton Kincaid. I'm interested in where Trenton Simpson and some of these linebackers go because it's starting to fall. Joey Porter Jr. to the Commanders. Commanders say they're not in the market for Lamar Jackson, and I don't see them making a trade up for one of the top cornerbacks in this draft. That means they need to find an instant starter. Washington ranked 28th in yards per carry last season. Signing tackle Andrew Wiley filled their biggest hole. On the other side of the ball, finding a corner should be a priority. 6'2", long arms. Porter makes a lot of sense. Has all the tools to be a spectacular cover man. Solid pick. I love Joey Porter, and getting him at 16 here as a Commanders fan, you guys gotta be happy. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. Zay Flowers, Boston College. This is around where we could see a run on receivers. I gotta turn my thing on. Hold on. It's where we can see a run on receivers. Flowers is actually my top-ranked wideout. I love his explosion ability after catch. Pittsburgh's wideouts had just 5 touchdown receptions last season, which ranked last in the league. I mean, that has to. That has to. Some of these QBs threw 5 touchdowns to their wideouts in one game. That's embarrassing. 5'9" Flowers is a dynamo out of the slot. Dynamo, whatever. But he had plenty of grabs lined up outside, too. He'd be a nice fit with Deontay Johnson and Pickens. Quarterback Kenny Pickett had a special connection with former Pitt teammate Jordan Addison. But I think Flowers would be the better pick for the Steelers. I don't agree. I think the best pick here would probably be offensive tackle, but who am I? Oof, this is interesting. People keep telling me Robinson won't last into the 20s. He's that good. It's just really tough to find a perfect landing spot for him because teams finally understand the value of a running back in round 1. So he follows Todd McShay's lead here. DeAndre Swift is going to be free agent next year. They got David Montgomery. Robinson is a luxury pick, but the Lions really don't have that many needs. They can afford a luxury selection here. Bijan Robinson's going to be your all-around running back. He's going to be an absolute dog. You're not going to want to tackle this kid in the open field, and yeah, there's more value here because of the whole stigma about running back first round thing, but this is a flashy pick, I'm going to say. I'm going to say flashy. Paris Johnson Jr. falling to 19. This is a freaking steal if you're a Bucs fan, man. Crazy. It really seems as if the Bucs are planning to wait out the tackle class with this pick. It's a big need. Tristan Wirfs has been a star at right tackle, but he can move to the left side. In this scenario, why not keep Wirfs on the right and let Johnson play left? Huge. As Tampa Bay moves forward with their team with Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask at QB, it needs a steady O-line to protect them. Insane value. Insane pick. He just got a haircut. It's kind of looking pretty good, I can't lie. Insane pick. Insane value. Love Paris Johnson Jr., especially at 19. Especially if you're going to rebuild, whether you're trading Devin White or not. Who the hell knows? He's on the defense. Who cares? This is an offensive line pick. Damn. Now you got two bookends for many years to come. That's how you start a rebuild, baby. Smart. Myles Murphy getting some love. All right. Myles Murphy out of Clemson going to Seattle. Seattle's surprising run to the 2022 playoffs masked a defense that didn't look like a typical Pete Carroll unit. I gave Carroll help in the middle with the Jalen Carter pick at 5, but let's move outside and add an end who will help against both run and pass. Had 14 sacks, 63 QB pressures over the past 2 seasons. Carroll loves well-rounded defensive ends, and that is Myles Murphy. Let me tell you guys, if Seattle does this, their defensive line is going to be looking feisty. Jalen Carter with the first pick, Myles Murphy with the second pick. That changes a defense completely. You can change the front of that defensive line already like that. Man, oh man, that's going to be some exciting football to watch. Who do my Los Angeles Chargers go? Interesting. Jordan Addison. Addison could be a nice complement to LA's offense. Great route runner. Who knows how to get open. Not as explosive as Zay Flowers, but had 100 catches for 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns at Pitt. Wow. If he lands with the Chargers, he could be one of the favorites for Offensive Rookie of the Year because new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore will get creative and use him all over the field. Big fan of this. Chargers need a route runner. They're going to take this kid and probably replace Keenan Allen with him next year. Love the pick. In my eyes, this is an A pick. Ideal for the Chargers to make. This is what I want. Now we're moving on to Deonte Banks here. Man, I don't know if I can complete this video. My nose is crazy. You can argue whether the Ravens actually feel their need a wide receiver with Odell. I mean, yeah, you can. 1-year deal, it's fine. It's fine. You're more focused on bringing Lamar back, whatever. Banks has excellent physical tools. Ran a 4.35 in the 40, 42-inch vert, best amongst corners. Had only 2 picks in his career, but gets his hands on passes. He could start on the other side of Marlon Humphreys in Baltimore. This is great value. This is a great pick. Hope Lamar works out for them so they don't have to move around for a QB, but hope it works out. Now we have a run on corners. Emmanuel Forbes going here at 23. Cornerback is a clear need for Minnesota. Replaced Pat Pete with Byron Murphy. Pat Pete was miserable last year. Forbes needs to grow into a 6'1 frame. Weighed 166 pounds at the combine. Great cover corner. 6 career pick sixes. Never missed a game. He needs to be more consistent. I mean, the ceiling is high. The Vikings could also target a wideout with Justin Jefferson with Adam Thielen leaving. Good pick. Great development pick. I am a big fan of Emmanuel Forbes, actually. And good place for him to be. Lucas Van Ness, really like this. Van Ness has positional flexibility, 6'5", 272. Some teams view him as a pure defensive end, while others want to see him get more reps at tackle. Interesting. Jacksonville, he could be a bit of both. Love it. Love the pairing with Trayvon Walker for Jacksonville. This is another step, improving the front 7. Like Van Ness, and I like the value here at 24. Whoa. Giants go in a corner that not many people are not interested, are not familiar with in the first round. DJ Turner out of Michigan. I've slotted in wide receiver to the Giants, so let's switch gears and go to another position they can target. Very interesting. Really, their only corner right now is kind of a Dory Jackson. The other guys are kind of fill spots, but Turner's a hot name in the league right now, largely because scouts and execs went back to the tape after his 4.26 40-yard dash at the combine. That was the 4th fastest time at the combine since 2003. First round discussion now. 5'11", 178. Isn't very big, but has some versatility. Played outside and in the slot. New York ranked 25th in the NFL with 19 takeaways last season. This kid is a blazing speed. And in that division, you're going to have to cover some pretty quick wide receivers. Like the pick. I think maybe you could have got a little bit more value here. But I like the pick. Yeah, this is totally a Cowboys pick, too. Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. Dalton Schultz left. Let's get Dak Prescott, a talented safety valve here. I like the pick because it's a big name and it's cool and flashy, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, their tight end room isn't bad. All right, had 180 catches for 2,100 yards, 18 scores in 3 college seasons. Could be an outlet on crossers. Dallas also has scouted the class's best wide receivers, so keep an out if one of the top guys drop. Wow, about time. You got some love of a linebacker in the first round. Trenton Simpson. I don't love drafting strictly for need, but that's exactly what great teams can do when they don't have many holes. Buffalo let middle linebacker Tremaine Edmonds leave. Trenton Simpson ran a blazing 4.43 at 235. Middle linebackers in today's NFL must have smooth hips and range in coverage, and that's what Simpson has. Going to go to a hell of a team. This is a great pick. Love Brian Brees here. Brian Brees focused a lot on the Bengals need a tight end, but what if they think they filled it with often injured veteran Irv Smith? Probably not, but whatever. Cincinnati ranked 29th in sack last season, only having 30, and it needs to get more of an interior push. Brees could provide that. 6'5", 298, tested extremely well, powerful at the point. Pretty much just needs to stay healthy. If they don't do this, I think they take offensive tackle, who maybe there's still one on the board because I want to say, I can't remember the kid's name at one of the tackles is once out. So, okay. College in Kansas. Defensive tackle out of Pitt goes New Orleans Saints. Love this. Previous mock draft Saints completely turned over at defensive tackle. Blah, blah, blah. Kansas is one of my favorite prospects. 6'1", 281. Going to rack up sacks to the next level. 14.5 over the past 2 seasons. New Orleans could also look at the pass catchers here, either tight end or receiver. Like College and Kansas, the value is very, very high here. Saints fans, don't be shocked if he doesn't drop to this. We got to trade. There's a ton of value in trading back into round 1 to take a player to get his 5th-year option. We've seen it twice with quarterbacks in the past decade with the Ravens trading up for Lamar and Teddy B. All right, so what do? Woo, daddy. Woo, daddy. Hendon Hooker. QB out of Tennessee. Love this. Some buzz about Hooker rising into the first round, and this could be the perfect landing spot. I have a second-round grade on him, but I can see why it might be appealing. He led the FPS in total QBR last season, just threw 5 picks over the past 2 seasons. Accuracy on deep ball throws really good. Downside, playing a quarterback-friendly offense, didn't have to go through progressions, and is coming off torn left ACL. Also, already 25 years old. Love this. Love this. Questions about his ceiling because he's 25. But I love this, man. You have a strong offense. You got Geno in there. You're going to bring Hendon Hooker in there, who's kind of a similar player to Geno. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Will McDonald going to the end of round 1 to Kansas City Chiefs. McDonald's stat I love most, 10 career forced fumbles. He gets to the quarterback, but also understands how to create turnovers. Will Anderson just had 1. Okay. The Super Bowl champs could add him to an edge rotation with Karlaftis and free agents. Charles, I'm not even going to butcher the last name. Awesome. As I mentioned before, keep Kansas City in mind for the wideouts in this class. That's a hell of a way for Kansas City to end round 1. All right, so round 2. Thank you. He's off the board. Anton Harrison going to the Steelers. If this is the case, Steelers, you hit a home run. If he's still sitting there for you in round 2, this is awesome. Arguably one of my literal top pass blocking tackles in the league. Harrison could compete with more from day 1, but he also could beat out, not even going to say that, butcher that name. This is awesome. Felix Nduki-Uzomah to the Texans. I went all offense on Houston's first 2 picks in round 1, but it needs help on defense. He had 19 sacks over 2 seasons. He has a chance to sneak in the first round. 6'3", 255, still developing his pass rusher moves, but he has the versatility to play a 3-4 or 4-3 defense. Awesome pick, awesome value in round 2. What do the Cardinals do here? Ladies and gentlemen, he's off the board. Quentin Johnston to the Cardinals, replacing DeAndre Hopkins if they decide to trade him away. 6'3", averages 17.8 yards per catch last season. He can make contested catches and break tackles. Okay? Wasn't asked to run every route in college. She'll have to build on that, but should make an instant impact inside the 20-yard line. Love it. Absolute shocker here for me. Brian Branch falling out of the first round. Why? I don't see that. Nick Saban used Branch primarily as a slot corner, but Branch is my top-rated safety in this class. The versatility to play nickel or as a center fielder sets him apart. 4.58 second, 40-yard dash was slower than expected at the combine. I'm not worried about that because he plays a different whatever. Okay, cool. Wow, Los Angeles Rams have their first pick, Keon White. Very, very good. There aren't many starters left on the defensive side of things from the 2021 Super Bowl. There aren't many starters left from the 2021 Super Bowl winning season. 6'5", 285, White is a nice fit as an end to LA's 3-4 defense. Played both tackle and edge in college. Rams need a defender who could contribute immediately, and that's going to be him. So what do the Eagles do after their little mock trade with Seattle? Oh, baby, Jahmyr Gibbs. All right, here's the first selection of my projected trade. End of round 1, it just feels right. Gibbs, dynamic receiver, caught 44 passes, split time with Rashad Penny, Kenny Gainwell, and easy outlet for Jalen Hurts. Love this. Plus, the Eagles now have 2 more second-round picks to add talent. Home run pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. I have Osiris Torrance going in the first round sometimes, all right? Osiris Torrance, guard out of Florida. Plug-and-play guards aren't always valued in round 1. That's exactly what Torrance is. Allowed just 1 sack at 22. His first season at Florida after transferring from Louisiana, where he started both left and right guard over 3 seasons. Be an immediate upgrade for Raiders' interior offensive line. This kid's a dog. He's going to be a tower in the middle of your offensive line. You're not going to worry about this kid. He is going to start from day 1. Man, I am rattling off in this video. I am not spending a lot of time on each team. I'm just running through Mel's mock draft. I may seem like I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Just want to get through this. I want to show you guys every pick, and then I'm going to maybe take some time right at the end to discuss my favorite picks here. This is where I have Drew Sanders going. I'm tired of seeing this kid in the middle of the first round. I'm tired of it. Sanders is coming off a phenomenal season after transferring from Alabama. 111 total tackles, 9.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 6'4", tall linebacker who can make an impact as a rookie. He could be played inside or outside for Carolina, and he'll create chaos as a blitzer. Just let him chase the ball, and he'll make plays. I like this pick for Carolina. I do. I really like this pick for Carolina. Josh Downs is right here. Where's he going to go? Very nice. Saints getting Darnell Washington. Made this match in round 1 of my mock draft 2.0 because Saints need to get more production out of tight end position. They get Derek Carr. 6'7", 264. Damn. All physical tools to be a complete player. Had 45 catches and 3 touchdowns. Why? Because Brock Bowers started above him. This kid is nasty. Monzie Smith going 41. To the Arizona Cardinals. Pick comes from my trade projecting the Titans to move up to number 3 for Anthony Richardson. They get Tyree Wilson in the first round. Smith is the best run-stopping tackle in this class. 6'3", 323. Strong at the point of attack. He'll never rack up sacks, but he can eat up blockers in the run game. Very interested now where Sika Ika goes as well. Back-to-back picks for the Jets here. Boom, we're going to throw them both up here. Luke Musgraves, tight end out of Oregon State. On paper, Jets have several potential tight ends on their roster, led by Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, Jeremy Ruckert. I don't think this is the smart pick here for the Jets. I got to be honest. I don't. I don't. Musgrave is a toolsy 6'6" tight end with great hands. Played just 2 games last season because of a knee injury, but was starting to show potential as a pass catcher. If Rodgers finally ends up with the Jets, he'll love throwing to the Musgrave. They also take back-to-back picks with Joe Tippmann, center. Love this pick. Love this pick. Tippmann and John Michael Schmitz are 2 starting caliber centers likely to be drafted in round 2. Jets can't go wrong here with either. If you're going to get Rodgers, get depth on that offensive line. It's really the only thing that can hurt that team and that guy. Get pressure on any QB, and that's how you disrupt them. Build that offensive line. Kelee Ringo. They are loading at corner. Golly. You got AJ Terrell and Jeff Okudah? This is crazy. Kelee Ringo goes there. Kelee, at times, looked like a top 10 pick in 21. Took a step backwards last season. However, inconsistent in coverage. Too often got beat on double moves. Has great frame for 6'2". Crazy speed with 4.3640 at the combine. Kid's got all the tools. All right, this is the update on the trade. I still think Atlanta needs to look at secondary on day 2, though. Okudah has not proven that he could be a reliable starter. I don't hate the pick because of the value, but if you're going to get Okudah, maybe you go something different. Maybe you go on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe you go Josh Downs. It's a pretty good replacement for Calvin Ridley, but value-wise, I get it. Byron Young, linebacker, Tennessee. Defense really struggled after Rashawn Gary went down. Packers need to rebuild their edge rushing depth. Ideal fit for 3-4. He tested extremely well at the combine. At 25, he's one of the oldest prospects in this class. That could be his downfall. What's with Tennessee and their old guys here, huh? What's with Tennessee racking up the old ladies? Whatever. Matthew Bergeron, whatever. He's the tackle out of Syracuse, going to New England. Good value of offensive tackles around 2. Strong class at the top. He could play either spot in New England, meaning left or right tackle, which brought in Riley Reif in free agency, and as Trent Brown, who's a free agent in 24. This kid is very good. This is hella value at pick 46 for the Patriots. This is a pretty good draft so far for the Patriots, I got to say. I feel like Bill Belichick would be pretty happy. Going Gonzalez and then Matthew here. Blake Freeland, another good offensive tackle. Mentioned earlier is Washington's need along the offensive line. 6'8" Freeland could be the swing tackle as a rookie. Started 40 games for the Cougars, playing left tackle and right guard. His height gets him into trouble at times. He can struggle with speedy rushers, but has quick feet. Something you're going to teach to the next level. This is huge pick. 6'8", versatile offensive lineman. My eyes, you can't go wrong. Jack Campbell, inside linebacker out of Iowa. Campbell opened some eyes at the combine where he tested really well. 40-yard dash, ran a 4.65. 6'5", 249. He can be an easy asset in early downs as a run stopper. Great tackler. Detroit, he can compete with Alex Anzalone in the middle of the defense. They definitely need an interior linebacker, and this is a good pick. This is honestly a really good pick. I like the value. I'm not too sure about Jack Campbell, but I like it. I'm really interested if Noah Sewell goes in the second round. I doubt it, but we'll see. This is interesting. Julius Brents, corner at Kansas State. Okay. Filled Pittsburgh's hole at wideout in round 1, and they went offensive tackle early in round 2. The 6'3" Brents could learn the ropes from Pat Pete in Pittsburgh. Brents has a stellar length and will wrap up in the run game. He tested extremely well at the combine. Learn the instincts. Learn how to do it from Pat Pete. Pat Pete is on the decline. Great veteran to bring in to teach. Adebaware, defensive lineman, Northwestern. Adebaware in the first round of my previous mocks. Heard various opinions on where he can end up. There's a chance he goes much higher than this, even as high as top 15. That's crazy to me. Crazy to me. If we're trying to find a spot for him with a 3-4 team, I think his best position is an end in 3-4. Adebaware put on a show at the Combine. Didn't have great numbers in college, 9.5 sacks. Might never be a great pass rusher. He could be a physical run stopper for the Bucs, though. Big Phil. Big Phil for that defense. Wow. Steve Avila. Whatever. I'm not good with names, guys. First pick for the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins just have 4 picks in this draft. 2 on day 2, 2 on day 3. I can see them trading down to try to add more. But I can see Steve being a good fit here because of versatility. He played every offensive line position except left tackle in college. Seeing most of his time as at center and left guard, guard is more likely where he'll play for Miami. Strong run blocker, but had some inconsistent reps in the past. To be honest, at 51 to get a versatile offensive lineman. Home run, check the box. Versatile offensive lineman at this point is good. This is interesting. Derek Hall. Some people have this kid in round uno. Okay, Derek Hall is a physical specimen. Going 52 to the Eagles. Focus on offense with the first 2 picks, but I'm going to switch it to defense for the next 2. All right, we know Harry Roseman, veteran, Brandon Graham, and Derek Barnett won't be around forever. Hall could be a situational pass rusher as a rookie. 16 sacks over 2 seasons. Crazy. Going to go in there and add very good value to that defensive line rotation, which we all know Philly loves to do. Good pick, good value. BJ Ojulari still on the board. Okay. Defensive end from LSU. When you watch Ojulari's tape from 21 to 22, he often looks like a top 20 pick. Then are some plays where he gets blown off the ball and looks like a day 3 selection. Can he put it all together? He had 80 QB pressures over the past 2 seasons. Bears badly need help getting after QBs. If they don't take an edge rusher at 9, they're going to have to add one here. Like the pick, like the value. BJ Ojulari could go at the end of the first round for some people. What do my Los Angeles Chargers do? Who? Brenton Strange. I mean, you still have Jalen Hyatt on the board. I know you went receiver, but I totally forgot about Jalen Hyatt. Where's Josh Downs? Wow. This is interesting. I gave the Chargers wideout Jordan Addison in round 1, but they shouldn't stop acquiring playmakers around Justin Herbert. Strange could help the entire offense because he took a step forward as a blocker in 22. As a patch catcher, he wasn't used as a seam stretcher in college, but he has some upside. LA could also look to defensive tackles around 2. Siika Ika is still on the board. Don't be shocked if he goes here. Another one. I kind of like Zach Kuntz over this kid. Zach Kuntz is 6'8". I know he's projected a day 3 kid, but I think somebody should reach on him. Jalen Hyatt. Jesus, look at this. Let's recap the Lions haul in this 2-round mock. Here are my picks for them. Will Anderson, Bijan Robinson, Jack Campbell, Jalen Hyatt. That's an A draft grade, right? All 4 of these prospects would play early and often. If the Lions do this, that's an A+ draft for them. That's crazy. Jalen Hyatt, the speedy receiver out of Tennessee, is going to stretch the field. And they already got Williams out there stretching the field. This is awesome. Then you got Bijan in the backfield. Awesome. New edge to pair with Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson. Crazy. Top 2 edge talents in the past 2 years. Wild. Securing up your interior linebacker position. Wild. What are you missing? Cornerback. There's one of them. Cam Smith, corner, South Carolina. Jags parted ways with Shaquille Griffin in March. They have 3 solid corners, but you can never have too many corners. 6'1", he has the instincts to get his hands on the ball, and he's a willing tackler in the run support. Really, 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 really like this. A big fan of Cam Smith, especially here at 56. This kid can go early in the second round. Love this pick. John Michael Schmitz, center, Minnesota. Giants could be in the need of an immediate starter at center. Nick Gates and John Feliciano departing in free agency. Schmitz started 31 games there in college. Physical in the run game, good balance in the pass game. Allowed just 1 sack over 3 seasons. This is a home run pick for the Giants. If he is here for the Giants, scoop that boy up. It's a home run pick. Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver, Ole Miss for the Dallas Cowboys. Thought about a replacement for Zeke here, but Mingo would make an impact on the Dallas depth chart. 6'2", 220-pound receiver has great mix of size and speed. He averaged 16.9 yards per reception. Experience playing both inside and out makes 2 pass catchers for the Cowboys, and you know Dak Prescott would be thrilled. You're going tight end and then you're going wide receiver. I think this is a huge draft. You got to build around Dak. Let him shine. I know he's been struggling the most recent seasons, but do this and let him shine. There he is, Josh Downs, to the Bills in the second round. 170 passes lined up in the slot over the past 2 seasons. Knows how to get open. Crazy. Gabe Davis never really put it all together to be the Bills' number 2. This kid could. Downs could be an instant contributor for Buffalo. He's quick. He's shifty. Pretty nice routes. Knows exactly how to move around in the slots. This is an awesome pick for the Buffalo Bills. It's just going to add another piece to that offense. Zach Charbonnet, running back, UCLA. Joe Mixon had a disappointing 22 season. Averaged 3.8 yards per carry. Zach is tough and patient between tackles. Doesn't have breakaway speed, so he likely won't ever be a big play threat. But he could be a stellar goal line back. Also caught 37 passes last season. That is something to definitely note. Kid can catch out of the backfield. Honestly, that's a plus side for him, especially in that Joe Burrow offense. I actually really like this pick here for 60 for the Bengals. I really do. Not too sure if they got their offensive tackle earlier. I don't know if they did, if Jonah Williams is still there. But if he is, this is a solid pick. Wow. Jacqueline Roy, defensive tackle, LSU. Roy's 305-pound nose tackle prospect who is powerful against the run. Hard to block in the scenario he could battle to start with Andrew Billings. Go on offensive line or defensive line, which each of their top 3 picks. Very, very interesting. Jatavius Martin, defensive back, Illinois. Here's another spot to recap. Peter Skoronski 1, Jahmyr Gibbs 2, Derek Hall 3, Martin 4, speedy deep safety who could slot in the open free safety spot in Philly. Again, great draft, right? All four fill need areas for the Eagles. Home run draft once again on a team that didn't need to get any bet. Well, they needed to get slightly better, fill some holes in, but they got better, man. That's crazy draft. Marvin Mims to end the second round mock draft. Marvin Mims. Let's finish up with a playmaker for the Chiefs. Let's get that splash. Has a flair for the spectacular, though he had some concentration drops. Ran a 4.38 40, so he can blow by almost any corner. He wouldn't have to carry a huge load as a rookie for KC, but there are plenty of open snaps for receivers who could get open. Awesome pick to add that speedy playmaker for the Chiefs to end this 2-round mock draft. Guys, let's go back here and see some of our favorites. This is definitely going to be one of them. Really, this is a freaking A pick for the Bills. They grab a new slot guy in Josh Downs, very shifty. John Michael Schmitz here, center for the Giants to bolster that line behind Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Huge pick of Cam Smith here. Love the Jalen Hyatt here. This pick is probably a D for me. This Brenton Strange, BJ Ojulari here, good value on both these picks. Adebaware is a huge pick. These two picks are huge, especially two teams that need offensive line help. Keely Ringo is hella value here. Mozzie Smith is great value here. Darnell Washington's amazing value there. Osiris Torrance at pick 38 for them is a home run pick for the Raiders. Like the Jahmyr Gibbs pick here too. Brian Branch, this is an absolute A++ pick at 35 for the Indianapolis Colts. Home run pick. Quentin Johnston sliding out of round 1 is interesting for me. Going to the Cardinals, though, immediate fill for that DeAndre Hopkins spot if he goes. That's an A pick as well. Anton Harrison going to a crazy need at position for the Steelers is a match made in heaven in round 2. Hendon Hooker's interesting trade up here. I love that with the 5th-year option. Brian Brees, love it because of his backstory. Trenton Simpson, love the respect in the first round. DJ Turner, I'm going to probably give that one a C. Jordan Addison, I like. That's an A for me as a Chargers fan. Miles Murphy, that's a solid pick. Paris Johnson Jr. here for the value at 19, home run pick. This is a C just because you don't draft running backs in the first round. This is also not their biggest need. They were lucky enough to get Anton Harrison in the beginning of the second round. Wouldn't rely on it. Do like Zay Flowers, though. Love Joey Porter. Christian Gonzalez is a home run pick there. Broderick Jones is the move that needs to be made. Pairing him back up with Stroud is huge. Tyree Wilson here at 11 after getting a draft haul. Home run. Skoronski's a very good depth pick. A little early for both these guys here, Darnell Wright and Nolan Smith in my eyes. Will Anderson's a home run pick next to Aiden Hutchinson. Something to think about. That's crazy. Jalen Carter going 5. And the top 4 is straight QBs. Guys, this was a long one today. A lot of me rambling, not a lot of me bang, bang, bang. I get it. ESPN Plus, you're welcome for the free viewing of it. Mel Kiper's 4.0 of round 1 and 2. We will be live on YouTube for the NFL draft. Please tune into it, guys. You won't want to miss it. I'm going to have PFF up. Please don't pay for it. I'm going to be live review of every pick in the draft. Once again, guys, thank you for watching.